Community Viewpoint with John Pawlak and Maria Hurst.
And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment and probably the next segment too. And as you can see, we have with us today Francine Winters. And you can see by there, it says Francine Winters, like it says my name down there.
Yeah.
Currently, she is with Nye Community Coalition.
That's right.
Formerly with West Care.
Oh, yeah, that's old history, though.
And before that, you were with Clark County, was it?
Yes, actually, I was.
And she's had a lot of different hats. Right now, we're going to be talking about something called a campaign called Celebrate Sober because, what's happening? We're coming up to the holidays,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
there are some issues of imbibing a little bit too much with alcohol and other things. And there's the sobering ones that tell you to don't drink too much or don't eat too much or...
Yeah, don't eat too much. Yeah,
yes,
that's right. Because we're all about health and wellness.
Yes.
That's true. That's
so
true.
Let's talk about health and wellness, and let's talk about the campaign that you're saying is Celebrate Sober.
And actually, I mean, this really comes from the kids. The youth, we have several youth groups at Night Communities Coalition. We have the youth that used to be YO, the youth organization, now there's YAC. Youth Advocates for Caring Communities or something. Yes. I'm not sure I got it all right, but the Youth Advocates part I know I have right. And they're a great group of young people. Mm-hmm. We also have a group that are young people that have come under our Action for the Arts program. It's a partnership we have with the International House of Blues Foundation. And we're able to have them come and do a positive action class, which is a model research-based life skills program that we've done up here both at West Care and at the Coalition and all over the county. It's actually done all over the world. It's so popular. Yes. You've run it before, and I've run it. And so we have one of our AmeriCorps, Trevor Craddy, running this positive action program for the kids. And then they get an hour of free guitar lessons afterwards with a nice man here, a local music teacher named Anthony Janes. And so what we ask the kids to do as part of their, getting free guitar lessons is to get involved in community events. And we try to teach them about, health and wellness and prevention issues, So in this case, this program was started last year. And our students came up with, some things that they were concerned about with the holidays. And one of them was, celebrate sober. And that thought that when you get into the car as an adult, you're thinking about, your family and your kids. And the trouble is that there's plenty of people that are not addicted, but once you've been drinking, sometimes maybe your judgment isn't quite as good as it should be. And it might not even be about you. Maybe it's about the other person, but your reflexes are slowed down just enough that you can't, make that change that you need to, and someone else hits you or you have an accident. And so the idea of Celebrate Sober was the kids had three phrases, I think, originally. Celebrate community, celebrate family, celebrate sober. And so what they've done now is they've made some big packages. They wrapped up some cardboard, made some big package-looking things, and put this logo, this slogan all over them. And they're putting them up all along the fences. We have quite a bit of fence line down there at Night Communities. Okay. Yeah, at the old man's school. So our campus, it's pretty big, so we got a lot of fences. So they're putting them up there. Well, I'm not sure they're going to go up yet because they're not quite finished. And then the other thing that they do is they make these little paper, like little notes, and they have the slogan, the celebrate sober slogan, and then they write their name on it and sign it, and then we attach them to like little ornaments that are not necessarily holiday oriented. There you go. You have a picture of the kids creating and putting them together, and they take them home to their families, and they also have them at our Christmas event. Or our holiday event at the Coalition, and we give them out to community members so they can take them. I think you have one from last year, maybe, hanging at your desk. You have like a sun.
Right.
Yeah, I think, and so they go out, and it's just a reminder. You might be at your desk, or it might be hanging in your car somewhere, to just do that extra thoughtful thing about, let's just make sure that we can celebrate for many years to come. And because there's 258 fatalities in Nevada in 2012, that's the latest one that I had statistics for,
Right.
And 99 of those were alcohol related, that's just, that's hard. Now, there are actually 2 statutory offenses now that are applied to a DUI, operated under the influence, and the second is the blood alcohol content. So if they have that blood alcohol content of 0.08% or more, then they'll they can arrest them for that or fine them for that, whatever, as well. And so people just often don't think that they're impaired, and maybe they it's a hard thing, because it's the holidays. People just think that alcohol and the holidays go together so much, and it's just not always a good combination.
No.
And one of the things that people often do when it gets cold, especially if they go up in the snow, they think they should go ahead and drink alcohol because it's going to warm them up, and it absolutely does not. It has the absolute opposite effect.
Yes.
Yeah, it actually puts them in danger of hypothermia. So.
And the other way around too. And well, you go out to Tacoma too in the hot baths. They tell you not to drink before you go into the hot baths there also.
I never noticed that, but they do that?
Don't do that either.
Much,
so if it's extremely cold or extremely hot, the alcohol isn't going to help you.
No.
Yes, I made it
in the nice hot water.
Yes,
yeah, I love
that
out there. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a different show.
Yeah, it's a whole nother show. That's right. Well, but it is about health and relaxing. I mean,
yes.
There are a lot of ways to relax, and alcohol is not necessarily the
you don't
best
have to
option,
use that,
especially if you're going to drive, or plan ahead and have the designated driver. That's a big deal. People talk about it all the time. You shouldn't be embarrassed to say, yes, I'm going to. So who's not going to drink or whatever, and
there's different factors here too that will give you free rides for the
that's right.
the holidays.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to do it this year or not, but even the sheriff's department will take you home if you give them your keys. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, just they won't take you to another bar.
Yeah. No, I don't think they do.
But
that.
we'll hear more about that as the holidays come up.
But it's difficult because now the campaign is created by young people to look at helping their elders, supporting them in a decision so that they'll be around a long time, and that those elders, those adults, we're the models.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So the way that we behave is that's what they're looking at. They're gonna model their lives on the way they've seen us live our lives. So it doesn't really work to say, oh, don't do this, don't do that, and then turn around and do it.
I don't imbibe. I made it to 65 years of age, so there's many things that I've done that I know that I'll never do that again. I've learned my lesson. And if I'm going to have anything to drink, I'll make sure I have somebody else driving, or I will stay at home, knowing that I won't go on the road, not only because of me, but the other people.
Absolutely.
Yes, so you don't want to be on the road, especially in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah,
during
and
the
on
holidays.
that, over the hump. Over the hump. Oh,
yes.
That's just such a bad place. That really is. Yeah.
So we've got about 4 more minutes for this segment.
Okay, well, we're good. So I have a little demonstration.
That's what you're
going to say. Okay.
Yes.
So and it's a little less visual without extra people. So I apologize for that. But this one it says that if there were 10 cups and they legally represented all of the legally drunk, and they represented all the legally imbibed alcohol in our country.
Okay.
Then, so I've set that up. Then 4 people would have no cups at all. 4 people have no cups. 3 people are going to share 1 cup. So we'll put this on the tree. Okay, so there you go. The tree is 3 people. They share 1 cup. Okay. Then 1 person has 1 cup. We've got John's green tea over here because he's so healthy, So he has a cup, 1 person with a cup, and 1 person would have 2 cups. So this person has 2 cups. So I'm going to be generous and give you the person with 2 cups, okay? Okay, the last person has 6 cups. Remember, this is all the legally imbibed, so we're not talking about underage drinkers here. We're just talking about adults. This is all the legally imbibed alcohol in the country. One person has 6 cups. So the other people are really not drinking very much. But this one person, this is the alcoholic. This is the person that has a drinking problem, you know. And they're the person that's not probably going to think very clearly about getting in that car. Mm-hmm. But if you are, you know, in your right mind again, and you're completely sober, you have a better chance of taking the right maneuver to not be affected and caught up in that potential accident, you know. So anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting that whole thing, 10 cups and one person with all the 6. So
I had, when I was a drug and alcohol counselor, I had one of my clients, he was from a different state, I'm not going to name her or anything, but he got in trouble up there, Washington State or something like that. He came down here, the judge made him, he had an RV.
yeah.
He had to blow into this mechanism,
Yeah.
and when it didn't work, there's nobody in Pahrump to fix that. So I think he had to get it towed into Vegas to have it repaired. It was quite expensive to have it put in and then have it repaired. And he had to do that for like a year or 2. And a wonderful man, very well learned.
Yeah.
He just did the wrong thing. It was after he was sad about something.
Yeah.
He had too much to drink and hit a fire hydrant and broke it. So they were mad at. But anyway, but you have to pay the consequences after that.
Right.
You know, and he didn't harm anybody. But the fact is, it cost him a lot of money, and he learned his lesson after that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a couple of questions for you. Do you know what the legal drinking age is in Idaho?
Better be 21, ain't it?
Yeah, it is now.
Oh, you
You know,
think
it used to be that some states,
Yes.
some states were different than others.
Yes.
And now they're all the same. Yeah, that was kind of crazy back in the day when that happened. But
I remember the days, Wisconsin was 18, I think it was.
everybody went across the line. It was very bad, very dangerous. That just set them up for all kinds of
Exactly,
problems.
yes.
So here's another one. Choose the true statement, A, B, or C. A teen can drink more alcohol than an adult before actually feeling the effects. B, teens who begin drinking before age 15 are 4 times more likely to become alcoholics. C, the learning or memory center of the brain is 10% smaller on individuals who begin drinking before age 15. Or D, all the above.
I go
Which is the answer?
D.
D, all of the above?
Yeah. Okay, because I know
Yeah.
for the last 3, I would say yeah.
See, he used to be a drug and alcohol counselor, so he's like a shoo-in. He understands that. But a lot of kids, they don't understand that. I remember when I was a kid, people used to like laugh and try to, you know, get the child to drink something because they thought it was funny. And now, you know, we understand that early introduction of alcohol is a really bad thing because it sets them up for all these problems.
Right,
So-
on that note, thank you very much. Please have a sober Christmas and New Year's
Yes.
holiday, and we'll be back in the next segment. Thank you.